And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream answering your questions about cell phone plans, phone deals, discounts, and what option is the best for you. We've got to welcome some friendly faces in the chat today. We have Iceberg, what up, S? What is up, Iceberg? Great to see you here. Jason, great to see you. We've got Voodoo 1013, welcome. Best way to start the week. It is the best way to start the week. Thank you very much. Great to see you here. Me, I was late. Absolutely was late, but great to see me here. Kitsune, cheers. Grayson, G Mega 8, welcome. Great to see you here. Starting off with a question. Stetson, thinking about Total Wireless unlimited 5G BYOD deal for $25 a month. Thoughts? G Mega 8, I think you're onto something huge. This is one of the best deals in wireless right now. In fact, I might go so far as to say this is the best deal in wireless. Oh, there's so many good deals right now. This is one of the best. We'll leave it at that. What is the deal? Well, the deal is, if we can share the screen here, the deal is if you bring your own device to Total Wireless, you will save 50% off any Total 5G plan. And this knocks the prices down to really competitive rates, you guys. So base 5G unlimited, going for $20 a line a month. It's a good deal. Honestly, wouldn't get it though, because this plan is deprioritized and you're going to get throttled speeds on 5G ultra wideband. You get Total 5G unlimited for $25 per line per month. This is an outstanding value, probably the number one best plan in wireless right now. You're getting truly unlimited priority data on the Verizon network. You're getting 15 gigs of high-speed hotspot data. You can get up to $200 off your next 5G phone after 12 monthly payments. You get free international calling and some roaming in Canada and Mexico. And you're also going to get Disney Plus free for 6 months for those of you who care. But the real perk, unlimited priority data on the Verizon network with 15 gigs of hotspot for $25 per month. You simply cannot beat that. I mean, maybe you can with the Total 5G Plus plan. This is $5 extra, $30 per month, but you're getting the same unlimited priority data and now unlimited hotspot data. Unfortunately, hotspot speeds here are capped at 5 megabits per second, so that is going to be a little bit on the slow side. Still plenty fast for your average web browsing and things such as that, but sometimes it is nice to have faster hotspot speeds. You're getting pretty much the same international features here, and the big perk is Disney Plus Premium included. Not gonna lie, I would love that. I loved the Mandalorian and what was the other Star Wars one? Whatever the other Star Wars TV show was, Andor. Fantastic. Anyway, unbelievably good deals from Total Wireless. Easily some of the best value on the Verizon network. Only close contender might be Visible. This is going to be more expensive, or I guess the same price, $30 a month for the Visible Plus plan. You're getting the same unlimited premium data. You're getting faster hotspot speeds, though. So Visible, 10 megabits per second for the Visible Plus plan, and then slightly different international features as well. Option to add an Apple Watch on Visible, not supported on Total Wireless. So either way, G Mega 8, fantastic, fantastic plan. I hope that is helpful. We got so many people here. Jason's Adventures, what is up? Stink Bomb, how's it going? Welcome, great to see you. Mark, fabulous to see you in the chat today. Welcome. We've got Travis, you're late. Travis, you're absolutely right. I am late. S. Ruley Rosenberg says, can I combine it, Total Wireless BOD, with a referral code? Gonna be honest, I don't know the answer to that question. You can certainly try, is what I will say. I think when you sign up online, there's an option to enter a referral code. My guess is that likely would work, but just getting that 50% off deal, you're cruising. Excuse me. That is a phenomenal, phenomenal value. Tony is saying, need help. My phone is a Galaxy S23 FE from Metro, but unlocked using US Mobile Now on Darkstar, but not getting Wi-Fi calling. Any recommendations? Tony, I wish I could be more helpful. I haven't heard of this issue specifically. My best guess is that it might have to do with the firmware on the Galaxy S23 FE. I would say, maybe contact US Mobile, try getting them to reprovision your SIM card, or I don't even know. If you guys have suggestions here, see if you can help Tony out. Tony, I wish I could be more helpful. Gonna be honest with you, I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Joshua, do you think Visible will ever introduce a tablet plan? I love my service on my phone, but a solo tablet line on Verizon is too expensive. Joshua, I would love to see Visible launch a tablet line. I don't think we're ever going to see them do that. The reason being is how come you would need a tablet line if you have unlimited hotspot data on your phone at 5, 10, or 15 megabits per second? That can easily power a tablet for its data needs. And so I don't think Visible is going to launch a dedicated tablet only line. I think honestly, just rely on hotspot. And it's so easy, right? You just go into your tablet settings. I'm holding this up like it's a tablet. You just go into your tablet settings and it's pretty easy to auto connect to your iPhone. I guess if you have an iPhone, but hopefully it's reasonably easy on an Android tablet as well. So I don't think we're going to see that. We may see some other plans from Visible. That is what I will say, though. What else? And did I miss the Trump mobile chat? You have not. I do have a video absolutely cooking on Trump mobile. I signed up. I tested it out. I think the phone is over there charging. And I got answers on what the service included, what it didn't include, what features were working, and tweeted that out earlier this week. I was hoping to have the video done today, and it's so close. It's not ready yet. I'll see if I can edit it after the live stream, but it's either going up tonight or early tomorrow. But we'll for sure talk about it. It's a funny plan. Alenti Brown. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. What plan could I get for $10 per month? Oh, I have such a good answer for you. You can head on over to this fabulous website. It's called bestphoneplans.net. If you have not yet heard of it, you can go to this plans tab to compare plans. And we actually have a price filter, let's say $10. And I think I fixed this so it will show all plans that are $10, or in this case less, because that is the minimum price option. If you are looking for free Alenti, we have the Helium Mobile Zero plan. Pros and cons to this one. The Pro, it's free, so it is $0 a month, taxes included. You're getting 3 gigabytes of high-speed data before the data is shut off on the T-Mobile network. There is no hotspot here, but I do believe it is 4K streaming. And you get 100 minutes and 300 texts. Now, how come you may not want the Helium Mobile Zero plan? Well, it does require access to your phone's location. This is for the Helium reward system, and the Helium rewards are effectively covering your phone's cost, or excuse me, the monthly service cost of the plan. And so you do need your location for earning those rewards, and you do need to sign up and verify your identity with an ID. So I think this is to help prevent fraud on the Helium mobile side of things, but you do have to take a picture of your driver's license or ID, take a picture of yourself, or look in a couple different directions and do that process to get verified. So pros and cons there. I know some people absolutely love it. They love the rewards. They love the service. It is very affordable, but you do have to share your location and stuff like that. Mobile X could be a really good option for you if you build a custom plan. I don't know if they have a really good builder on their website. Let's find out. Mobile X, the only mobile service as unique as you are. We will accept all of the terms. All right, so can we build a plan? Plans. Oh, we're getting a pop-up. Can I close? No, I'll have a look around. Close that. Let's go to plans and see if we can construct something here. A forecaster, build your own plan. All right, this, can I start building? Scan to download the app. Awesome. Well, here, we'll throw this on screen. If you want to download the Mobile X app, you can. We will quickly go over here. So minimum cost, you're looking at a $1.98 platform fee. Then it's $2.10 per gigabyte. You can also choose your talk and text package here. All of these are very affordable. I think I actually have some examples on my site, so we can use that. Here we go. So Mobile X, a custom 1 gig plan. This is going to be about $9 a month before tax. 1 gig of high-speed data, This is actually a mistaken 2 gigs of priority. I need to update that. They had a double data promotion going on, and I think that is now ended. So that's how come that's still there. Hotspots included, and this is with that unlimited minutes and unlimited texting option. If you wanted something even more affordable, right, you can drop down to 50 minutes and 50 texts for $1.50, or 150 minutes, 150 texts for $2.50. So both really affordable there. And yeah, really, really affordable custom service. Another carrier I really like that's affordable is going to be Tello. They have some really great options. The Tello 100 minutes plan, no data, but 100 minutes and unlimited texts. That's a great value. Tello 1 gig, 100 minutes. Another great value with unlimited text as well for $6. A little bit more after tax. We can actually go ahead and throw taxes and fees on so you can see what that looks like. I'm estimating about $8 for that plan. And another one of my favorites, it's not actually the US Mobile Lite plan. It is going to be the, where is it? Is it not here? Did I mess up my own filter? It's similar to the US Mobile Lite plan. Here it is. It's the US Mobile 2 gig plan. So this is $10 a month flat, tax included, and you're going to get 2 gigs of high-speed data. It's available on either AT&T, T-Mobile, or Verizon for coverage, and 2 gigs priority on Verizon, same exact priority as a Verizon postpaid customer. Included hotspot, 720p video streaming, unlimited minutes, and unlimited texts here as well. I think this is the best value plan you can get for exactly $10 per month. So, Alonti, I hope that is helpful. Some good options there. I'd look at US Mobile, Tello, and Mobile X, depending on what network you want for coverage and how much data and minutes and texts you need. So I hope that is helpful. What else we got? Quentin R. Me and 3 other people had to leave Total Wireless because service would stop working or disconnect every month around renewal time. I had to get eSIM reinstalled once a month because service went out. That is super annoying, and I'm sorry to hear that. And honestly, kind of a plug for Visible, right? Even though Visible's plan is a little bit more expensive, Visible Plus, $30 a month, it might be worth paying a little bit extra to get on Visible because Visible has a way better mobile application. Service just works. I use them personally for my personal phone number, and honestly had a great experience. Everything worked for me. Didn't have to deal with reprovisioning an eSIM every month or anything like that. And it's just such a good value. So it might be worth paying a little bit extra to get that better value, is what I would say. What else we got? Kevin tuning in from Lakeland, Florida. Good evening from Lakeland. Kevin, great to see you. Great to have you here. Tarek, I'm on Mint with 4 lines, $30 each line, monthly plus tax. Should I stay or find a better carrier? Tarek, that is a fantastic question. I mean, good news for you. You are already on one of the best value plans in the wireless industry right now. $30 a line for 4 lines is a great value on the T-Mobile network. The only option I think that would be a little bit better is if you were to see exactly how much data each line on your account actually needed. And then you could maybe optimize your bill a little bit more, but honestly, not too much. One example would be, I mean, this is where you get crazy savings for families. It's going to be with US Mobile's shared data plans. So, or their shared data plans. If you go to US Mobile plans, and my affiliate links are in the video description if you want to sign up for any of the carriers I talk about. But what you can do, Tarek, is you can go, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly, by the gig is what they call them. And let's say you've got 4 lines. So you've got 4 lines here. And if each line is using about 5 gigabytes of data, then you can grab a shared data plan. It's going to be $59 total per month. So cutting your bill in over half with all taxes and fees included. So that's $59 per month for 20 gigs of data shared between 4 lines. And if you're like, hey, it turns out all of my lines are using 10 gigs, well, we can get 40 gigs of data. It's going to be $89 a month. So still savings over your current Mint Mobile plan, and could be a really good option. But again, it just depends how much data you need. You can even up it 120. This is the most. 60 gigabytes. What is that divided by 4? 15 gigs. So if each line is using over 15 gigs, then just stick with Mint Mobile. I think you're on the best plan for you. If you are using under 15 gigs per line, then you might be able to get away with a 60 gig shared data plan and save yourself a little over. So this is $1 technically, but because you're paying taxes and fees on Mint and taxes and fees are included here, you might save maybe $10 to $20 a month by going to US Mobile with their by the gig option. So I would probably look at that easiest solution, and each line can choose to either have coverage on the AT&T network, on the T-Mobile network, or on the Verizon network. So really flexible option, great value for families. Outside of that, I'm not really sure what else you could do. So if we clear the price filter here, say you've got 4 lines, what are my top picks? So we covered the shared data plans. I mean, you could honestly stick with Mint and just knock a couple lines down to the more affordable plans, like their 15 gig plan. But otherwise, yeah, if you want to stick with T-Mobile coverage, I think you're getting one of the best deals out there. Visible base, right? 4 lines for $100. Yeah, I would probably stick or look at US Mobile, the US Mobile shared data plan. So I hope that is helpful. And Tarek, thank you so much for the comment. My Jins, what do you know about US Mobile's future plans? I cannot share too much because I know they would get upset with me. I do know they are launching a deal tomorrow that is insane. I think it's insane, at least. It's a really good deal. So stay tuned to US Mobile's website for tomorrow. And hopefully they're on time and are able to launch the deal. But it's coming. It's going to be really good, especially if you are a Google Pixel fan. And I'll leave it at that. John Cena, opinion on Consumer Cellular. What's a similar carrier in the price range? Oh my gosh. John, I'm glad you asked this. I would like to make a video specifically on why to avoid Consumer Cellular. And it's not that the service is bad. It's just that it's overpriced. That's what it comes down to. So you're looking at Consumer Cellular. Let's pull up the website here. And we can just search Consumer Cellular. We're going to knock this down to one line again so we can look at their single line options. So Consumer Cellular, let's get rid of Mint. You're looking at 1 gig for $20. Don't know if you remember this, but we just covered US Mobile 2 gigs for $10. Something to keep in mind. You're getting 5 gigs for $25. You can get unlimited from Visible for $25. $35 for 10 gigs. Again, very overpriced. And then $50 for 50 gigs. Well, you can get unlimited from almost any other carrier for $50. So that is also overpriced. So the bottom line with Consumer Cellular is it's overpriced. Let's just do here. Oh my God. Well, let's just show you the value of Consumer Cellular versus US Mobile. Where are they? US Mobile, and we only want AT&T coverage. So we'll scroll past all the sponsored plans, and yeah, we can kind of go through here. So again, instead of spending $20 for 1 gigabyte of shared data, you can spend $20 and get 10 gigabytes of shared data, 10 times the data. Or you can save money and save $10 and get 2 gigs of data. Half the price, double the data. Same AT&T coverage. What else we have cooking here? Instead of $25 for 5 gigs of shared data, you can go with US Mobile's Unlimited Starter Dark Star plan. This is the plan I'm on, except I'm on the Warp network instead of the Dark Star network. But if you do want the same AT&T coverage, the exact same $25 a month gets you 70 gigabytes of high-speed data. No, that's not a typo. 70 gigabytes of high-speed data before unlimited data at 1 megabit per second. It's also deprioritized. You can use up to 20 gigabytes of that as hotspot data, and you're getting 720p video streaming, which is higher resolution video streaming. And you have better international options as well. So definitely a great value plan from US Mobile there. Instead of spending $35 for 10 gigs of shared data, you can spend $35 for 20 gigs of shared data. So double your data, or again, just go back and grab that $25 70 gig plan. And that's going to apply to all the other ones too. Instead of spending $50 for 50 gigs, boom, 25, half the price, more data. US Mobile Unlimited Starter. If you wanted the best of the best, then you could even save yourself $6 a month, taxes included, probably more than $6 actually, after tax. and you will give yourself unlimited priority data, exact same network experience as AT&T Unlimited Extra EL and AT&T Unlimited Premium PL. You're also going to get 200 gigabytes of hotspot data. That is 100 gigabytes at high speed, 100 gigabytes at 8 megabits per second, and then unlimited at 600 kilobits per second, and up to full 4K video streaming quality, which is absolutely insane. Plus free international roaming, which is great to have, a nice to have perk as well. So, John, I think the answer to your question, I mean, it doesn't have to be US Mobile. You can compare consumer cellular to basically any other carrier out there, but on the AT&T network specifically, and I use US Mobile as an example because they offer some of the best value plans on the AT&T network right now. Yeah, you can just get more data at a way better price. So either get more data for the same price or get the same data for under half the price, basically. So that is what I would say. Consumer Cellular, they have great customer service and support, very well rated for that, but it's not really worth it. I think it's a carrier that should be avoided, is my opinion. Jason's Adventures, yeah, if Total's hotspot worked faster, that's another perk for Visible. You're getting that faster hotspot. I do think that's worth paying for. I don't even know how to pronounce this username. Shuichiro12. Forgive me if I mispronounced that. I don't think anything is ever going to beat Visible Plus Pro with $10 discount. Yeah, that is a screaming good deal. I mean, even the plan that they're offering now, $40 a month with a 5-year price lock, that's also fantastic as well. But $10 discount, yeah, you can't beat that. That's so good. Mr. Demon Wolf. Wow, the Visible fans are out, and rightfully so. It's a good service. Mr. Demon Wolf says, I can say Visible Plus Pro is amazing. We'll always go back to them. Still the best Verizon MVNO with Apple Watch plan. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I think the advantage to Visible, it's unlimited and it just works, right? Unlimited priority, unlimited hotspot, free international roaming, free Apple Watch line on the Visible Plus Pro plan. It is just such a good value. If it turns out you are looking for more customizability, more affordability, that's where you may want to check out Mobile X, right? Their $14.88 plan comes with 10 gigabytes of high-speed data. Really, really good value. This is on the Verizon network for coverage. You could also do their $24.88 plan. This is coming with 199 gigs of high-speed data. So again, a really good value and more affordable than Visible, but no Apple Watch support here. Really, the custom options for Mobile X are some of the best. And I would kind of say the same for US Mobile as well. Again, those pooled plans, such a good value. And if you wanted to do either unlimited premium, I don't think unlimited premium is worth it on the Warp network, going to be honest with you. I think Visible is better, but the unlimited starter plan on the Verizon network, I don't want to sign up. Why did they make it clickable? The unlimited starter plan on the Verizon network, this is my personal plan. I really like it, and I can show you what those features are here quickly. So let's go ahead, get rid of that. And it's just going to be US Mobile Unlimited Starter, and we're looking for the Warp network. So yeah, that's going to be here. This is what I have. It's 25 bucks, 35 gigs of data. So not as much as Mobile X, but it is 35 gigs of priority data with 10 gigs of hotspot and 720p video streaming. Great value plan. I actually realized I'm overpaying on my service, so I should probably switch. Maybe Mobile X is a better fit for me, or go to one of US Mobile's other plans. All right, we have a couple super chats here, so thank you so much. Let's dive in. Green, always great to see you in the chat, my friend. Are you going to get Nothing Phone 3? Let's quickly check it out. I have not gotten a lot of the Nothing phones because they are, I guess I don't really have a good reason. They're expensive and less popular, and so I choose not to buy them. But the Nothing Phone 3, I guess, looks like this with a lot of people on it. $379 seems decent. Add a bag. I kind of want just like the specs list. Is that not an option? Phones. Okay, so they have 3A Pro. Wow. 3A and 3A Pro. Both like all of these colorways look really nice. Wow. I'm impressed. I am impressed. Let's say the darker one. So 3A is more budget, it looks like. 2-day battery, 20 gigabyte RAM booster. What does that mean? White. Okay. Interesting. Add to bag. Disclaimer. Does not seem to list the full, there we go, specs. Okay. Processor, Snapdragon 7S Gen 3 5G. That seems good. I'd be curious on their band compatibility is what I would say. And then here, this website is actually kind of annoying to use. From my perspective, it's fun, but not as intuitive, perhaps. Camera. I mean, these look like really good phones. I'd just be curious on the band compatibility as well as, yeah, just how well they work with the cellular networks. But the answer to your question, Green, is unfortunately no. I probably won't be getting these. The Samsung phones and Google phones are definitely more popular and are ones that I'm personally more interested to check out. Green, back at it again. Thank you so much. OnePlus phones don't have Band 14 support for the AT&T network. How will it affect my experience compared to phones that support Band 14? That is a good question. It is okay. So good news is that Band 14 is primarily used for the FirstNet network. So compared to the regular AT&T network, you're not really going to need that band or notice a difference. And that's honestly probably the answer to your question, Green. Like you can grab the OnePlus phone, and even though it doesn't have Band 14, you're going to be good to go. As long as you're on just a regular AT&T plan, you're not really going to be missing much, is my understanding. Travis Stetson, is it true that Trump Mobile has no 5G standalone because VGraphs is making some serious accusations? Should I find out? Let me hang on. All right, we got the phone here. It is it's really funny. It says Trump in the status bar. Can you see that? Trump. There it is. We got up to 32% battery while it was charging, which I'm very pleased with. Now, I will say I used all of the cellular data on this plan, and there's now no more high-speed data. So let's go into cellular, and let's go to, I guess, cellular data. Nope. Let's go to the line, and here's what I see for the 5G options. On an iPhone 16, I see 5G Auto, 5G On, and LTE. I do not see the 5G standalone toggle here. Cellular data network. Looks like it's just using the wholesale network. Data mode standard. Can allow more data on 5G. Yeah. I do not see it. I think that's usually where it is. It's under the voice and data settings. Normally you would see a 5G SA option here. Come on, camera. I don't know how more obvious of a subject you could have than this. There it is. Just those three options. So I don't see it, Travis. I think that is the answer to your question, at least not on iPhone. 5G SA is not available. It is using the T-Mobile network, though. And so you'll get whatever speeds you get on T-Mobile. Augustine, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Thanks for the super chat. Augustine says, I just bought the $25 US mobile plan, and it's slow AF for my area on Darkstar. I'm in Iowa. Augustine, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry, just like absolutely ran over my headphone cable. And I guess I've realized don't really need headphones because I'm not necessarily listening to anything. I just bought the $25 US mobile plan. It is slow AF. I'm sorry about that. I would say, honestly, consider using their teleport feature or their network transfer tool. So it's really cool. Let me just sign in quickly off camera. But what's really cool about US Mobile is you can transfer your line to a new network, right? So it sounds like Darkstar AT&T is not working for you. I'm going to say I'm not surprised because I have horrible Darkstar speeds here in Longmont, but check this out. So this is my US Mobile dashboard here. And what you can do is you can find a line on your account. Let's say this endgame line, and you can just go in and scroll down and click switch network. And this is going to allow you to transfer that phone number to a different network. It does run a few checks, and you can see there is a disclaimer here. It may cause a brief pause in service. This is typically between 5 and 15 minutes. What's happening is US Mobile is doing that internal number port from one network to another network, and that is where that downtime is coming from. It's basically like switching to a different carrier in a sense, but US Mobile is just handling all the port info for you. Make sure you're on Wi-Fi. It can be done once every 3 hours, 8 times every cycle. This is for this plan specifically, I think, and then transfers cannot be reversed immediately. You do get one free transfer included for the lifetime of the plan, and then after that, I think it's like, I don't know, $3 a transfer, or $2 a transfer, or something such as that. Anyway, click next, and then you're going to be able to choose what network you want. So Warp is if you want to try out the Verizon network in Iowa. Lightspeed is going to give you that T-Mobile network experience in Iowa. One thing, Augustine, that is worth mentioning here is if you signed up for US Mobile on one of these promotions, so the full speed promotion, or you got one of these annual promotions with code Overdrive, unfortunately, if you switch networks, those promotions will go away. They are only available on the Dark Star network, the AT&T network. They're not available on the T-Mobile or Verizon networks. So that is the one thing to consider. Either way, you are still getting a great deal, a great value on your service, and you'll be able to get faster speeds and potentially better coverage by switching. So, Augustine, I'm sorry you're having slow speeds and performance. That could just be the AT&T network because sometimes it's really slow. It's really slow in my area, at least. So hopefully switching networks is a way around that, and I hope that is helpful. All right, we got Kevin. Or excuse me, Kev GF. Kev, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Great to see you here. Hey, Stetson, what are your thoughts on T-Mobile's claim today that they are the #1 carrier in the US based on Ookla's ratings? Thanks. Kev, this is a fascinating question. All right, some phone accidentally triggered here. Apologies for that. Fascinating question. I think, like, what are the claims, right? So let's do Ookla Cellular report. Cell Analytics, Ookla reports, Ookla. Okay, nope. Wow, all right. Maybe US broadband speed performance? They usually have just like a website that you can sign into. Here we go, fastest mobile speed awards. I think this is it. United States. Pull this up. Wow. I guess they have pulled up or transitioned to maybe a different website system here. I'll pull this up so you guys can take a look. And forgive me if I'm not finding the exact report. So we have Speed Test Awards is what we are looking at right now. And this is for Q3 to Q4 of 2024. So basically the last half of last year. And they're saying best mobile coverage Verizon. Okay. And that's insane. There were, what is this? So 100,000 million billion. There were over 4 billion scans from Verizon subscribers. Honestly, props to Ookla. That is insane. And they're giving a Verizon coverage score 29.75 out of what? What does that even mean? Okay, methodology for details. All right, I have no context on 29.75. Like, is it out of 30? Who knows? We'll just keep going. Fastest fixed network, AT&T Fiber. Top rated fixed network. Here we go. Fastest 5G mobile network, T-Mobile. And honestly, this is true. And it's because T-Mobile was just so early in rolling out their 5G network. And so many of their customers have 5G phones that it's pretty clear that they're offering some of the fastest speeds right now. So download the 5G speed test award for United States. All right, we got the report. They're saying best 5G video experience, T-Mobile. Literally have no idea how that is analyzed because I'm sure it's pretty similar. And also, what are these scores? Speed score, 228.24. Is that like median speeds? Who knows? Oh, they did say that. Yeah. Median download speeds of 265.80 megabits per second and median upload of 14.54 megabits per second. Honestly, seems pretty accurate. And then best mobile gaming, T-Mobile. Again, no idea how they calculate that. And fastest mobile network, T-Mobile. Yeah, that tracks. That tracks. Wow. Top rated mobile network. T-Mobile is the United States mobile network top rated speed test award winner during the Q1 to Q2. Wait, when did we switch quarters? 2024. To win this award, T-Mobile achieved a rating of 3.73 out of what? What is this? Our methodology. Wow, I don't really want to read all of this online for you guys, but I'll take a look. And I think, Kev, to answer your question here, everyone is number one at something, is what I will say. Do I think T-Mobile built an incredible network that's fast and works pretty well? Absolutely. Do they deserve an award for it? Yeah, maybe. Are they the number one carrier? Probably depends on your area. I mean, from the data I see from coveragemap.com, performance and coverage quality is so location dependent, right? So I'm in Boulder County. Excuse me. Type that in, and you can see here, T-Mobile easily the fastest. It is some of the worst coverage, only 53.5% coverage, but fastest median download speeds, 86.3 megabits per second. Compared to Verizon and AT&T, they have substantially more coverage, but slower speeds. AT&T very slow here, and Verizon actually very good here as well. If we zoom in more to, let's say, Longmont, then you'll see T-Mobile median speed jumps to 137.1 megabits per second, and coverage also jumps 98.8%. Verizon, you'll see, also performs really well, 99.3% with 92.4% megabits per second for that median speed. And AT&T is just really slow, 33.3 megabits per second, slower than Dish Wireless, which is crazy. But yeah, I mean, performance just varies so much from location to location that maybe Ookla can run some tests, run some analysis, and create some metrics and say, hey, T-Mobile's number one. But I don't think that's necessarily the right answer for everyone. It's a good marketing claim for T-Mobile, and I'm sure they're paying to license that marketing claim. But each area has its own network, and a lot of people in this chat know what network is best for them in their specific market. And T-Mobile probably isn't the answer. So thank you, Kev. Hopefully that helps answer your question. And again, appreciate the comment. It is a bold claim for sure. And I'd be curious to understand more about how that rating was calculated and what went into it. Bill Castle. Bill, thank you so much for the chat. Headphones are kind of weird. I'll put them back on. Do you think the price hikes from the major carriers will trickle down to their MVNOs? Bill, I have excellent news for you. I do not. We have been seeing MVNOs be more and more competitive in the space, lowering their rates, becoming more aggressive. I mean, we saw it at the start of this stream, right? Take a look at Visible, for example. They currently have a promo going on right now, linked in the description. Prices have dropped by $5 a month across the board with a 1, 3, and 5-year price lock guarantee, right? So it's going to be very hard for Visible to raise the price on their plans for customers with a 3-year price lock guarantee or a 5-year price lock guarantee. And the reason I don't think we need to worry about carriers such as Visible or Cricket or Metro or Mint Mobile raising their prices is because, honestly, those carriers, they're built for different types of consumers. They are built for the budget conscientious consumer, people where they need the most affordable plan so they can get the best value for their dollar. And I mean, the moment their bill goes up, they'll just switch in a heartbeat. Typically, if you're going with one of these prepaid carriers, you're getting an unlocked phone. You're already ready to switch carriers if you need to. So I don't think we're going to see the price hikes trickle down. I think really the big carriers are taking advantage of people who want to finance the latest and greatest devices. They want to get the device promos. They want to upgrade every 2 or 3 years, or they just want to be with a big carrier and they don't understand or know that they could get better service or more affordable service on the same network from one of these MVNOs. So I'm happy to say, I think we're going to be all set in the MVNO space. At the very least, I mean, we've got Peter Adderton with Mobile X just absolutely fighting to give people the most affordable plan possible. I mean, literally, they say their margin on their website. They make $1.98. That is their platform fee per customer. That's their revenue, and well, maybe not revenue, but like that's how much they make per customer. Everything else, they're just passing on the cost that they have. And so this will be one of the most affordable plans probably in the industry for a long time. So I'm not concerned about it. I'm not concerned about it. Hopefully that is helpful. Cassidy, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Cassidy asks, what are the Trump plans? Trump Mobile only has one plan, and we can pull it up now, and I can show you my dashboard. They have changed their website, I think, every day of this month. So let me see if I can log in. Boom. Perfect. Let me just check to make sure. Okay, cool. Perfect. All right. So it's just comical is what it is. What is the Trump plan? The Trump plan, it's one plan. It's called the 47 plan. And the plan details, these are actually not super comprehensive, but I'll go through them anyway. So unlimited talk and text, that's included. That's true. Unlimited data with the first 20 gigabytes at high speeds. I found this to not be true for me. So instead of unlimited data, once I used 20 gig, I actually used 30 gigabytes on my line before the cap kicked in. But after I used 30 gigabytes, my data was shut off completely. There was no unlimited data at slow speeds. And actually, I can show you that right now. So this is the Trump mobile line that I have. Let me see how I can pull this up. And so you can see Trump mobile, boom. I'm going to turn off Wi-Fi. And if I go to run a speed test, you'll immediately notice there is no network name at the top. And if I hit start test, let's click it. It doesn't even work because it can't connect to a server because there is no internet. Let me try and load up. So this is loading a website, coveragemap.com. And again, this is just going to time out because cellular data has been shut off completely. I guess I'll just like leave that going. But bottom line, after 20 gigs, your data is shut off. At least that is what I found from my line. They say nationwide coverage on the US networks. My line was activated on the T-Mobile network, and I think it is only T-Mobile right now, despite the press release saying all three networks. So very unclear what's going on there. You do get international calling, and the destination list is surprisingly well documented. So I genuinely appreciate this. And then you get roadside protection, roadside assistance. Excuse me, I read that wrong. You're getting device protection and then roadside assistance and then telehealth and pharmacy benefits. So honestly, I think this plan was designed for the 65 plus demographic who really want to support Trump. And that's kind of where these features and products and benefits came from. Price wise, when I signed up, my bill came out to $60 per month after taxes and fees. So even though the price is listed as $47.45 a month, my bill was over $60, $15 in taxes and fees. In terms of my account, this is what it is. Home, this is the QR code for that eSIM. Port in, if you wanted to port in, they actually have changed this page 3 times since I started this process of signing up and reviewing them. But you basically get all your port details and you can call to schedule someone to port in. Now my number is gone. Okay. So this is kind of critical. I ported in a number from Tello to activate on Trump Mobile. I have the full video recording. I'm including this in my video that I'm uploading probably at this point tomorrow. And I port the number. It ports in probably in about 5 to 10 minutes. And by port in, I mean it deactivates on my phone. So instead of, it was from Tello, and you can normally tell when a number ports because the service bars where it says Trump and there's the service bars there, those go away and the line says no service. So that happened within about 5-10 minutes, and the number had transferred networks. But I haven't been able to activate it because when they activated my line, they gave me a brand new number. Not a good sign. Either way, you also have this section on your website, on their website rather, how to activate your SIM card. And this is a really, really funny AI generated video on how to activate your SIM. I don't even think it's that helpful. It's really just comical. So Right now, I would say it is overpriced T-Mobile service. I mean, if you're curious how it stacks up, we can go ahead and take a look here. And infinite number of plans are a better option. So we'll just say Trump Mobile. I'm going to have to update the features on this card. Am I filtering something out? Yeah, that's why. So let's reset and do one line. That should be fine. 47 plan. Hotspot is supported, so I need to fix that. And I actually forgot to test video streaming quality, but someone else tested it, thankfully, and it is 480p. And you're just getting those international calls. So that's the plan, 20 gigs. I mean, if you want a 20 gig plan, let's just go clear this, use the data filter, go to 20 gigs. And I mean, boom, already under half the price, $25 from Mint Mobile for 20 gigs of high speed data, included hotspot, 4K video streaming, like under half the price after taxes and fees. Same with Unreal Mobile, Free Up Mobile. There's a Mint Mobile one. We got Xfinity Now, Mobile X with this is actually, don't get this one. This one's not a good value. And also in the wrong category. Someone should really fix that. I'll talk to the web developer team. Unreal Mobile, Free Up Mobile. We got US Mobile in here. And this is just for the 20 gig category, right? If you bump up and say, you know what, I actually want unlimited data, then well, we can keep both. And you're boom, visible base, $25. US Mobile Unlimited Starter, 70 gigs of high-speed data for $25 a month. I guess that is only AT&T though, and not the T-Mobile coverage. Mint Mobile's unlimited annual plan, $20 a month for your first year. Just so many way better plans that are not only going to save you money, but they're going to give you more high-speed data, better features, better customer service. Now, I will say, I called customer service on Trump Mobile, very kind representatives, unfortunately, not very helpful. And I think this is so Trump Mobile is provided by Liberty Wireless Inc., and they've partnered together to offer the service. So I think the Trump Mobile customer agents, they are based in the United States. I think they said the call center was based out of Missouri. So everyone speaks English, easy to understand, but their primary purpose is to help you navigate the website. When I ask technical questions such as, is RCS supported? What happens after 20 gigabytes? What network does Trump use for coverage? The representatives didn't have those answers. So I think the Trump Mobile specific customer care is just for helping those older folks navigate the website. And I think the email support is actually run through Liberty Wireless, because when I emailed them about my number port eSIM activation issue, I got a reply back from someone at Liberty Wireless directly. So Cassidy, I hope that helps answer your question. Trump Mobile is basically, at the moment, as I understand it, a T-Mobile MVNO powered by Liberty Wireless, offering an expensive plan with a bunch of features bundled in, and with a website that needs some help and an activation process that, at least for me, did not port my number over. I'll have a full video out soon documenting that process that I think is it's just crazy, and it's a clown show. It's just funny. So hopefully that's helpful, and thank you for your support. Augustine, thank you so much for your generosity and support again. Stet, what would you say is the best domestic and international plan, unlimited, no drop off, Fi, Visible, US Mobile, who? We've seen this question come up a couple of times, best international plan. And my pick right now is going to be US Mobile. And I'll tell you exactly why. So looking at these, I mean, we have it basically up. It's going to be this one, the US Mobile Lightspeed plan. And you might be wondering, well, why Lightspeed? Like, why not go Darkstar? Why not get that unlimited high-speed data? I will say Darkstar, it's a great choice. But for international, I'd say Darkstar is probably better in the United States. Depends on where you live, what network is best. I personally wouldn't use it here. I would go Lightspeed or Warp all day, every day. But take a look at international. So, well, I guess, so Darkstar, better domestic features with that unlimited priority data and the 200 gigs of hotspot data and the 4K video streaming. Okay, can't leave that out. Those are all ripping features. Love to see those. But international-wise, you're getting 20 gigs in Canada and Mexico. That is actually better. Double the data versus Warp and Lightspeed, but only 20 gigabytes in 49 countries. Now, that's still great. However, you can get talk, text, and up to 10 gigabytes in over 180 countries on the Lightspeed network. So this is the T-Mobile network on US Mobile. And then unfortunately, the Warp network Verizon kind of left in the dust here. You're only getting international support in 12 countries. So my pick, best overall combo, is going to be US Mobile's Lightspeed plan on the T-Mobile network here in the United States. You're still getting 100 gigs of high-speed data, plenty for 95 to 98% of people. Unlimited data at 1 megabit per second thereafter. It is deprioritized, but I don't think that matters. You can use up to 50 gigabytes of the data as hotspot data. Absolutely insane. 720p video. I mean, I think that's plenty fine for a smartphone. You can get around this by using a VPN. And then, as we covered, just superb support for international roaming. Now, you might be wondering, sorry about that. Now, you might be wondering, what about, you might be wondering, what about the Google Fi plan? Google Fi is very good, but it's more expensive. $65 a month, right? And almost the same features. 100 gigs high speed. It is priority on T-Mobile, so that's worth mentioning. And then 50 gigabytes of hotspot and unfortunately 40p video. So I think US Mobile at $44 is going to be a better value. And then international feature wise, I mean, you do get more data on Google Fi. It is 50 gigabytes in 200 countries. But yeah, I think US Mobile is a little bit better. All right, one second here. Okay, apologies for that. Thank you for your patience. And yeah, so Augustine, to answer your question, Google Fi is phenomenal, and I think US Mobile is a bit better value. Only other option might be T-Mobile. What are their plan names now? Experience More. I mean, this has less data than Google Fi does, though, right? Like if we look at the breakdown here, it's 5 gigs in 215 supported destinations for $85. So I'd go like ranking these. I think US Mobile Unlimited Premium, Google Fi, T-Mobile. Those are probably the best in terms of combination of price and features, both domestically and internationally. All right, we have so many support chats here. Travis, thank you so much for your generosity and your support. When is Coverage Map presented by Stetson Doggett going to start making awards and presenting them at the carrier's TED Talks? That is a great question. That is something we could consider doing. At the moment, it's not a focus of ours. Like what we're trying to do is really build just the best experience for you all, for the consumers, for the people we care about. Where if you go to, I don't even know where the tab is, but you go to coveragemap.com and you enter your state, city, county, your zip code. Travis, I don't know where you're at, but let's just say you're in Miami, Florida. Did I spell that right? Yeah, Miami, Florida. Boom. You just get the best analysis of coverage at your fingertips, right? So right now we have all this data and we're giving it straight to you. We're not trying to make awards. And if we do, maybe that's something that happens in the future. But for now, we're giving you the data at your fingertips where you can compare coverage percentages, median download and upload speeds. I mean, really just the stuff you want to see as a consumer. And I would say Verizon is probably the best here, right? 99% coverage, 173.8 megabits per second download, and 10 out of 10 reliability. Shout out to Dish Wireless, though, or Boost Mobile, 199.6 megabits per second on the download speed. That is insane. You can tell they're a new network, though, only 57.6% coverage. So, yeah, this is just an example, right? And you can go and look up your location. But Travis, yeah, to answer your question, that's our goal, is to give you access to the best coverage data available, help answer the question, what network is best in my area? Because sure, we could make an award, we could crown T-Mobile the best nationwide, but that's not really the way to do it. Like each state and each county and each zip code is so different that it's, I think, important to look at that and figure out what's best in your specific area. EM Tech. It's funny to me that reliability is never highlighted metric when T-Mobile wins awards. EM Tech, thank you so much for your generosity and support here. And yeah, you're absolutely right. I can't put my finger on it, but sometimes when I use the T-Mobile network, I'll run a speed test. I'll get ripping fast speeds. And then it's like, I try and load a website and it feels like the internet just like doesn't work on T-Mobile. It's like it is a hiccup or it's so weird. You're right. It is really funny that reliability is never a highlighted metric. It's always, all right, we have the fastest speeds. They have optimized their network for Ookla speed test. I mean, let's be real. That's what they've done. And there's definitely other metrics that go into it. Although I am very curious what like how Ookla calculates their gaming scores and stuff. Like it was just so weird to me on that page, right? Where did that go? We can go back. Here it is. Like why is T-Mobile winning best mobile video experience? Right? Like that doesn't, best mobile gaming experience, really? I definitely don't think I'm getting the best pings on T-Mobile. Like we're talking lowest pings, I think easily Verizon. In fact, we can find out, right? Map.coveragemap.com. This is the premium pro map. So we'll go to the regular map. Let's just zoom in to an area that has been thoroughly mapped, aka Longmont, Colorado. And let's just we're looking at AT&T best latency. Let's make sure we turn the map values on. Cool. Let's just do best carrier. Who actually is the best latency in Longmont? This actually looks pretty mixed. We're getting a section of T-Mobile here, Verizon in a good chunk. AT&T, I am shocked they have good latency. I mean, credit to where credit is due. Boost, It definitely seems like a good healthy mix. I would say AT&T is the least present here, and probably a pretty good matchup between T-Mobile and Verizon. All right, one second. So yeah, hopefully that helps answer your question. Um, the Chaz, what do you think US Mobile is announcing on 6/24? The Chaz, I think they are announcing something that Pixel enthusiasts will really love. So that's helpful. Wow, so many people in the chat. Sema, I'm currently chatting with T-Mobile customer service trying to get a port out pin for my number. That is too funny. All right, one second, you guys. Again. Okay, we are back. Thank you again for your patience. All right, what do we have cooking here in the chat? So, Sam, I hope you're able to get your port out information. If you guys are curious how to get your port out information, I have guides on the Best Phone Plans website. This has been another side project of mine. You can go to news, and I think if you just search transfer, yeah, boom, 3 of them right here. How to get your T-Mobile transfer pin, how to get your AT&T transfer pin, how to get your Verizon transfer pin. And these are pretty like self-explanatory uh, articles with a full video tutorial. And I walk you through how to do it with the T Life app, as it turns out, because it's been updated. And yeah, how you sign in and manage your account and find your port out pin. Boom, there it is. So, Sam, hopefully you're able to get that and transfer to a carrier that's awesome. Xtram, hey, big fan. Can you look up Gilroy, Canada? Or excuse me, California. I don't know where Canada came from. Just thinking Canada, Mexico, CA. Anyway, yeah, let's absolutely find out what network is best there. So head on over to coveragemap.com. Boom. And it's going to be Gilroy, California. I'm sure it's a beautiful place. What do we have cooking here? If someone has Boost Mobile or Dish and wants to go and test out the network there, please do it. That'd be awesome. In the meantime, you've got T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T. Most coverage, you are looking at Verizon, 92.8%. Very good coverage. AT&T second place, 92.4. T-Mobile third, 79.1. Seems like a pretty significant difference. However, there's also a very significant difference in data speeds. 76.3 megabits per second on T-Mobile, 36.1 megabits per second on Verizon, 29.2 megabits per second on AT&T. So it seems to me AT&T and Verizon are probably very similar in terms of coverage and speeds. However, T-Mobile is going to give you significantly faster speeds, at least based on the data that we have. And this might be worth considering. Like XTRAM, you might want to like test them out, do that T-Mobile test drive that they have, right? T-Mobile test drive, boom. A 3-month, geez, are they really blasting this Ookla award everywhere? All right, my question, how much money do you think T-Mobile paid Ookla to be able to say this everywhere on their website? The best mobile network in the US, awarded by Ookla Speed Test. And that was okay, so it was Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. I'm gonna have to go hunting and find that report, full terms. Okay, this is for the free trial. That's not for the network award. But anyway, XTRAM, yeah, I would say consider doing the T-Mobile test drive. Sometimes if you just download the app, they'll let you grab a free number, and then you can use it for 3 months or whatever and see if you get coverage where you need to. Because the biggest concern, I think, or maybe not concern, but consideration is just that 79.1% coverage versus the higher coverage percentages there. So I would check that out. All right, what we got cooking? Augustine, thank you so much for your generosity and support here. How long do I wait before switching plans? I just bought US Mobile $25 plan, but you just said the $25 Mint plan might be better for deprioritization. That is a great question. I would say US Mobile will be cheaper between these two plans because it's $25 tax inclusive and Mint is $25 tax exclusive. Plus, you have to keep in mind, Mint is an annual plan, whereas the $25 plan on US Mobile is month to month. So, Augustine, if I'm in your shoes, honestly, I would stick with US Mobile if it meets your needs. I don't think there is any reason to switch to Mint Mobile at this time. Both are going to be deprioritized on the T-Mobile network, so get the same data speeds on both Mint and US Mobile on T-Mobile. So I hope that is helpful. Noah says, hey, Stetson, you should add the Dish version of Boost to your site so people can know what to expect on the Dish network. Thanks. Escaping into darkness. So Noah, that is what we have on our site, it turns out. So to clarify, when you're looking at a location, Dish Wireless is representing the Dish native network, sometimes branded as Boost Mobile or the Boost Mobile network. And it gets tricky because, right, if you go to our coverage maps, and let's just go to the Boost Mobile coverage map, Boost Mobile has a roaming agreement, funny enough, with AT&T. So when you look at the map, what we show for Boost Mobile is what most customers are likely to experience. And that is the nationwide network of AT&T. And so that's what we're showing here. But really, when it comes to the coverage analysis, what people want to see or what you'll really get is the Dish network. And so that is what we have here. We actually have a dedicated map for that. And this is the native Dish network. So let me scroll down. I don't think we can full screen this anymore. But this is the native Dish network. And this is what people are getting if they sign up for Boost Mobile. I guess just Boost Mobile. That's the only carrier that uses the native network, or maybe Project Genesis if that's even still available. So when we look at the location analysis, this is the network we're using and what we're pulling from in terms of coverage and what we're using in terms of data speeds as well. So if you go to just the raw map here, we can go to that Boost network and we'll just show the regular carrier view. This is the Boost network here in my area. Anything very low latency is typically native. Anything high, like 120, 139, it was probably roaming on AT&T, 281, 323, again, probably roaming. Same with those up there. But everything else is probably native. And we can also, again, just double check by filtering to 5G only. And we're looking at best latency now. If we look at best download, I mean, you can see really, really great speeds and performance on that native Dish network. So unfortunately, the speeds will include both roaming and non-roaming tests because it's challenging for us right now, at least, to tell the difference. Based on how the phone, especially iPhones, are logging the carrier name. But in all fairness, it is very accurate. Like, these are the speeds that a Boost Mobile subscriber can expect here in Longmont, Colorado, which is very good in this area, very good in this area, very not good in this area, okay in this area, and very good in this area. So yeah, we are using the native Boost network for these cards, or excuse me, the native Dish network is where we're pulling for that coverage percentage and for the speeds, whether it's been tested or not. So hopefully that is helpful, Noah. And again, thank you so much for your support. Jaime, thank you so much for tuning into the live stream. Hey, Stetson, I just hopped on and wanted to know your thoughts on the new AT&T business plans. I didn't even know AT&T had new business plans, so let's find out. AT&T plans for small businesses. Here we go. Do I have a small business? Guys, does this count as a small business? Should I sign up? More lines, bigger savings. So we've got some fabulous names here. AT&T Business Advanced, AT&T Business Unlimited Advanced, Business Unlimited Premium 2.0, and Business Unlimited Premium 2.0 with Turbo SM. And that is basically including that higher QCI access. So I'm just immediately looking at these hotspots. Wow. And the video streaming quality. Guys, so what do you get with Business Unlimited Advanced? First of all, you're getting a really good price. Maybe I should switch all my lines to this. 50 gigabytes of priority data, I guess. Yeah, so 50 gigs of priority data, 5G, 5G plus access, 100 gigabytes of hotspot data. That is insane. That is phenomenal. And then 1080p video streaming, honestly, perfect for a phone. Looks like there are more plans hidden here. And Business Unlimited Standard. Okay, this is just straight deprioritized, 5 gigs of hotspot, SD video streaming. This is basically like unlimited starter, okay? This is unlimited starter SL. Unlimited Advanced looks really great. I think probably one of the best values. Bump it up to unlimited premium, and you're getting just unlimited priority now, 5G, 5G plus access, 200 gigabytes of hotspot data. That is insane. That is a colossal amount of hotspot data. HD and 4K video streaming. Unsure how come there's both. You're also getting Roam Latin America for business, and then International Day Pass for business at no cost for up to 7 days per line per bill. That is an incredible perk. That's really nice. Wow. The business plans rock. That's so far my takeaway. And then the Turbo looks like it's extra priority with Turbo, unlimited talk, text, and data, and then the same 200 gigs of hotspot, 4K video. That's the same. Roam Latin America, and then International Day Pass. So this is basically the exact same plan with Turbo. And it looks like they're charging $15 extra. So $40 to $55, $15 extra versus I think AT&T Turbo is just a normal $7 add-on. Let's Google it. Enhanced connectivity on the go. And we want to say, we want to see what the price is. There it is. Boom. Add Turbo for $7 a month per line. So it seems like the business plan at first glance, way overcharging for AT&T Turbo. Yeah, okay. So this says priority treatment for your business data. That is saying the exact same thing as Turbo. So This just says the same thing twice. Yeah. I would say unlimited premium looks awesome. Unlimited advanced, probably the best value. And then the regular one, unlimited standard looks good as well. But I'd probably opt for advanced. I mean, I would really want premium because I want that unlimited priority. But I think for most people, unlimited advanced is gonna be perfect. And that's a great value right there. So Jaime, those are my thoughts. How do they compare to the other business plans? That's a great question. I will probably be able to do that once I add them to the website and can compare side by side. But these seem, I love the hotspot data and video streaming quality. I wish these were available to consumers. That's what I say. That's what I say. All right, cool. I think those are all the super chats. So thank you guys for your support. Steve says US Mobile is supposed to release some news for tomorrow. They are. They are. I think Pixel lovers are going to be really happy about it. Omar, what is the best value carrier plan under Visible? My pick for Visible is going to be that mid-tier Visible Plus plan. I think this is the best combination of value and features. I do think this card is a little hard to read, so let's just go to the site and pull it up. And what we can do is just type in Visible, and we're going to make sure that the annual discount is not checked because I just want the 3. Yeah, so here are the 3. Let's get rid of that. The 3 Visible plans here. Visible base, fantastic plan. It is deprioritized though. Unlimited hotspot, but at 5 megabits per second and 480p video. It's a great value. However, I think a lot of people would benefit from jumping up to Visible Plus. Now you're getting unlimited priority data, exact same network experience as a Verizon postpaid customer. This includes Verizon Unlimited Plus and Verizon Unlimited Ultimate, exact same priority, same network experience. You're getting unlimited hotspot data at 10 megabits per second. That is perfect. I mean, 10 megs, it's, maybe not the crazy fast speeds we're used to, but honestly, very usable, especially on the Verizon network. And 1080p video streaming. I think this looks fantastic on mobile. So a great value plan. And jumping back to the Visible website, on discount, $5 off with a 3-year price lock using code SAVE5. So I think this is the best value plan Visible offers. If you did want to jump up to the Visible Plus Pro plan, this keeps the same unlimited priority data, bumps you to 15 megabits per second hotspot. I think the difference between 5 and 10 is substantial, double the speeds, but the difference between 10 and 15, I don't think is that much. You're getting up to 4K video streaming. I don't think this is, a big deal. You can get 4K on the regular plan by getting a VPN. So if you already have a VPN, boom, you already have 4K streaming, nothing to worry about. And then you're getting that free Apple Watch line or now Google Pixel line, because Visible now supports the Google Pixel, and that is included for free as well. So if you want a cellular smartwatch, which to be clear, I don't think people need, I think that is a misconception. You don't need a cellular smartwatch. I tried it. I don't think it's worth it. So I would save money and say, hey, Visible Plus is best overall bang for your buck right now. Yeah, and I will say Visible Plus Pro does have, better international features if those are relevant to you. But guys, we live in the era of WhatsApp and Telegram and Signal. Communicating with your international friends should be easy and free. So Visible Plus is my plan of choice. Omar, I hope that is the helpful answer for you. So thank you so much for your comment. Alante Brown, Stetson, what is the cheapest 20 gig plan? Alante, we'll just find out right now. Data, 20 gigs and unlimited, and let's clear this search, and we should have our answer. All right, scroll past the sponsored stuff. It looks like you can get 199 gigs for $25 from Mobile X. That's going to be a phenomenal value on the Verizon network. On the AT&T network, we have US Mobile's Dark Star plan, unlimited starter Dark Star, $25 for 70 gigs, easily within that 20 gig range. We got Visible Base, $25 for unlimited on Verizon, but you don't want that because you want to go with Mobile X instead. On T-Mobile, it's probably going to be US Mobile Lightspeed. US Mobile Unlimited Starter Lightspeed. Again, $25, taxes and fees included, 35 gigs of high-speed data, and then unlimited at 1 megabit per second, and 10 gigs of hotspot there as well. Those are probably your answers. You can get 20 gigs for $25 from a few other carriers that we've talked about before, but you're going to get more data at a better price from US Mobile, from Mobile X, and from Visible is what I would say. I would take a look at those. Am I missing anything else? Let me just check and make sure I didn't miss like a 30 gig plan that might have snuck in there at a better price point. No, I don't think so. I think that's it. Yeah. Mobile X, US Mobile, maybe Visible if you want, and then US Mobile and US Mobile. Tello is a great option too. Tello could be there. And hey, you know what? Why not? Shout out to Boost Mobile. This plan is actually really good if you activate it on that native Dish network. Instead of 30 gigs, you get unlimited high-speed data and you get 4K streaming. And that is a good plan. So, Alanti, I hope that helps answer your question. All right, what else we got cooking? Omar says, sorry, I meant like Visible being number one. What other carrier would be good? Oh, Omar, easy. The answer is, we talked about them at the beginning of the stream. It's Total Wireless. Let me pull them up here. Same Verizon network. I mean, if you want a different network, we can talk about that too. But they're basically offering 50% off when you bring your own device, knocks the prices down. And I mean, Total 5G Unlimited is probably the best option. $25, you're getting priority data, 15 gigs of hotspot, or you can do Total 5G Plus for $30. Again, priority data. Now you're getting unlimited hotspot, but at 5 megabits per second, and you're getting that Disney Plus subscription included. If you're like, yo, I need different coverage, I would say Mint Mobile is probably my go-to choice on the T-Mobile network right now. No, thanks. We don't want to save any money because their unlimited plan currently on sale, $20 a month. This is unlimited high-speed data on the T-Mobile network, 10 gigs of hotspot data, 480p video streaming. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal value. I wish I had signed up for this. I got a different deal. I think I paid like $25 for the annual plan that I grabbed, but it's working great. And I've used, no joke, like 600 gigs a month and no problems. It's awesome. So Mint is great. That is Verizon and T-Mobile. And then AT&T network, I mean, you're looking at US Mobile at that point, right? Just go with their either unlimited premium plan or unlimited starter plan. Both are great. 70 gigs of high speed or unlimited priority on the AT&T network. And then these are the regular monthly rates. So Omar, I hope that helps answer your question. The engine says, if you have a corp, you can sign up for any business plan. Huh. Well, it turns out I do have a corporation, so maybe I can sign up for a business plan. I think that'd be very confusing though, because then I'd have my consumer lines, then the business lines, and the truth is AT&T is so bad here, and I really just don't need more lines. Beckett Fitz, if you were to go on a road trip in the US, what US mobile plan would you choose? Answer is easy. Beckett Fitz. And this is honestly, US Mobile is primed for this. So I would say US Mobile Unlimited Premium, and I would specifically activate it on the monthly Dark Star plan. And so this is the plan that comes with truly unlimited data. Let me pull this up. Here it is. It is, nope, that's Warp. Here it is, Dark Star. So it's the Unlimited Premium Dark Star plan. It's on sale for the $35 right now. You just saw that on the site. So it's this plan, Unlimited Premium, $35 for 12 months with code FULLSPEED, month-to-month plan. Awesome, awesome deal. And you're getting unlimited high-speed data, unlimited priority, 200 gigs of hotspot, and 4K video. I mean, this is going to crush. And AT&T has one of the best networks here in the United States, just the most coverage. You're most likely to have coverage on AT&T. It may not be the fastest, but you're most likely to have coverage on AT&T. And then US Mobile has this really cool feature. Let me see. I could have sworn I was signed in. So let me quickly see if I can just sign in here and show you the add-on that I would grab, because boom. All right, we're in. So this is the dashboard. This is the endgame plan, that unlimited plan that is on the Dark Star network. So unlimited premium, unlimited data. What I would do is go in here, and US Mobile has this incredible feature where you can add a second network. And I would probably pair this with the Verizon network. So this is a multi-network add-on. It is $10 per month. So total bill with the discount is going to be $45 per month, which is just an unreasonably good deal. And this is going to give you the option to share your unlimited premium data with another network. In reality, it would be about 100 gigs of usage on that secondary network, and then unlimited usage on the AT&T network. Hotspot would still work. Everything still works. $10 a month. I'm probably going to activate on Verizon. I think between the networks, Verizon has excellent availability and excellent data speeds with their 5G UW network. So Beckett fits. That's my game plan. Travel the United States, road tripping. I'm doing US Mobile, activating on Dark Star, and grabbing Warp as that secondary line. So I hope that's helpful. Quartzy. Hopefully I said that right. I feel like I just said that wrong. I use Visible right now, and I love it. I need a good plan that can hold 2 lines for a good price. Can you help? Visible is a fantastic option. I mean, 2 lines for $60, right? Fantastic, fantastic value. You're getting such a good deal on service with Visible. If you wanted to manage, so the downside of Visible, each line needs its own separate account. That's the biggest downside. If you wanted to manage both lines under one account, that's where you may want to look at Total Wireless. You can do the BYOD deal. I think this works for multi. I think it actually only works for 1 line, but still 2 lines is pretty affordable. Sorry, we'll just go shop phone plans and not give them the zip code and say we have 2 lines. And it is more expensive, $47.50 per line per month. That's for their top tier plan, or $42.50. I wish the 50% off discount worked, but I don't want to say it does and then have it not worked. But either way, not a bad value, and you'd be able to manage multiple lines under one account. Or, I mean, US Mobile, we just had them up. Where did that go? This is where is my lines? Here we go. I mean, this is the dashboard, right? You can see I have 2 lines here. Why am I paying for 2 lines? Great question, you guys. Great question. Don't ask too many questions. Don't ask questions you don't know the answers to, or that I don't want to share the answer to. But I have 2 lines here on my single line, or my personal account, and it's super easy to manage. Like, you can go in, you can change the settings, write one login to manage everything. You've got line management tools, connectivity tools, just super easy. I love that. And what you may like about this is, again, we talked about them at the beginning. Okay, that was the network transfer one. How do I go back to this site? Let's just go to usmobile.com. You can check your data usage on Visible or your phone and see how much you need. And then boom. I mean, like a 20 gig shared data plan for $43, phenomenal value. Up this to 30 gigs, $58, still phenomenal value. Although you are kind of hitting that $30 a mark, $30 per line per month mark. And so that's when just sticking with Visible is great. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Kind of depends on what network you want for coverage, and more importantly, how much data each line needs. But, Visible is still great. Loki Jinx. I'm on the Visible Plus plan, thinking of getting the yearly plan next month. 780 gigs of data this month. I'm at a data fiend, but I want to save money. So might get the 25 again. Yeah, I would give the $25 plan a try and see if it works for you. If it does, great, keep it. And if it doesn't, you can always switch later. I mean, there's no harm to it. I think more people should experiment, honestly. And maybe I should advocate for that more. Like, try that Visible base plan. And if it works, it's unlimited. And you can't beat that price. $20 a month or even $25 a month. It is the best value unlimited plan out there, save for that 50% off BYOD deal that Total Wireless has going on right now. But either way, these are phenomenal, phenomenal plans. And I mean, it could be worth low-key Jinx. I mean, $25 for total 5G unlimited. This is a better plan than Visible Base. Could be worth considering. Boom, we got Joey S. Yo, Stetson, I got the unlimited premium Dark Star promo for $35 and got the multi-network for Warp and Lightspeed. I'm doing some speed testing to see which is the best before sticking to only one network. Joey, that is genius. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Orange Juice coming in with the comment, visible Wi-Fi incoming calls don't work overseas. That is a true statement. We've seen people complain on Reddit talking about issues with Wi-Fi calling while abroad. And yeah, not 100% sure how come, but that is definitely an issue. Alonti Brown, Stetson, is there a promotion to get free data right now? I mean, we got the T-Mobile free trial, Cricket free trial. I think Verizon launched a free trial, the Visible free trial. And I mean, the best free plan is that Helium Mobile free plan. You can't beat it. Oops. Boom. It's this one. You just can't beat it. And, it comes down to if you want to sign up and, let them track your location and stuff, but it's free. 3 gigs of data. Best option. Best option. Steve, don't worry, it is a secondary number. So it's just chilling there. Eddie J, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Spectrum Mobile versus Visible Wireless. Spectrum is giving me a free year of service. I'm on Visible Plus Pro for $35 a month. What carrier is best? Well, Eddie, as we've discussed, it is hard to beat free. So let's walk through the deal here. Spectrum Mobile, I wish I could just bam, pull it up immediately, but this is what we got cooking. Let's see if we got it. Try Spectrum Mobile for a year at no cost. Wow, that actually works out great. So this is on their, I think, basic unlimited plan. All right. So what are you getting with Spectrum? That's a fantastic question. They do a pretty decent job. Well, actually, yeah, they do a great job outlining it here. Unlimited talk, text, and data, reduced speeds at 30 gigabytes. So it is a 30 gig plan, 5 gigs of hotspot, no contracts, and then 2,000 monthly minutes to Canada and Mexico, and then pay-per-use minutes to 180 plus other countries. It's a decent plan. It really comes down, Eddie, it's like the answer to your question is 30 gigs enough for you, right? Because we go to best phone plans and we go to compare these, right? So it's going to be, you're on Visible Plus Pro, boom, add to compare, and Spectrum is the other one. Spectrum Mobile, let's search that up, scroll down, and it was this one, add compare plans now. I have this open in a new tab now. I'm very happy about that improvement. Thank you for noticing. Now it just makes my life easier because I can boom, back here, and then back to the compare, boom, back here, back here. And website still chugs along. However, it gives you some good details, so I'm happy about that. All right, are you good? Wow. This is what happens when you have 700 plans in your database, you guys, and you hacked everything together. All right, side-by-side comparison. I just love the cards. You're looking at, I mean, I don't know how you got Visible Plus Pro for $35 a month, but that is a phenomenal deal right off the rip, Eddie. You're looking at unlimited priority data on Verizon versus 30 gigs of high speed before unlimited at 1 megabit per second. This is priority though, so you're getting the same network priority on both Spectrum Mobile and Visible. Hotspot wise, you're getting 5 gigs before unlimited at 600 kilobits per second on Spectrum, and then unlimited at 15 megabits per second on Visible. So Visible, way better hotspot performance. Video streaming, 480p on Spectrum, 4K on Visible, way better on Visible. That said, not really a big deal. You can get 4K on Spectrum simply by using a VPN. International wise, both come with free international texting, so that is excellent to see. Pay per minute calling on Spectrum Mobile, 500 minutes free to over 85 countries on Visible. You're getting pay per use in Canada and Mexico versus 2 gigs a day, and pay per use international data versus 2 international days free per month on Visible Plus Pro. And not listed in the card, but probably listed down here, is the smartwatch line. $10 extra on Spectrum versus included on Visible. Granted, Spectrum Mobile is free, and so that makes it a superb value. So yeah, Eddie, the answer to your question is hey, is 30 gigs going to be enough for you? If it is, honestly, I would 100% ditch Visible and you would save, I mean, 35 times 12. You're paying $420 per year right now. So you would instantly save $420 by going with Spectrum Mobile. However, you would, it would only be 30 gigs. And so it depends if 30 gigs is enough for you. All right. I am very sorry, you guys. I have to take another quick break here. I will be right back. Guys, we are back. By we, I specifically mean me because it's just me. Thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate it. I apologize for the significant delay in the stream. It's honestly a miracle I came back, honestly. But yeah, we're cruising now. So let me see. Mark Smith, thank you so much. You're too generous, Mark. I really appreciate you. You don't need to do that, but thank you so much. Travis Stetson, thanks. Travis, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Voodoo 1013, super sticker. Thank you so much. Travis, are you okay? If so, come back. I'm okay. I came back. It worked. You know, it was a little bit more delayed than we were hoping, but that's all good. And that was not appropriate, so I'm not going to answer that. Boom. Mark, you're worth it, sir. Oh, too kind. Joey S. Hey, Stetson, does priority data matter on the AT&T network? Joey, my gut instinct is no, it does not matter. But I would like to get a more definitive answer. I think I need to test it out, and that's just going to take a while. Someday, somehow, we will test it out. By we, I mean I. Or maybe there's a way we can crowdsource it or something. I don't know. It's you need the same device, and then or like multiple devices, multiple of the same device on AT&T, one with priority, one without, and you just got to be running speed tests. That's the only way to do it. So, Photony Cody. I'm just seeing Photon iCody. All right, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Visible Plus Pro versus US Mobile Multi-Network. Does RCS work on iPhone and does Apple Watch pair to the second line if the second line equals warp, first equals dark star? Wow, those are fabulous questions, Photonic Cody. So, man, if you're going Apple Watch, my gut instinct is to say visible because I think it's just going to be a smoother experience. But I could be wrong. I don't know the answer to the US mobile question because, right, like you go to your US mobile dashboard and you can add a line, so add a second network. I don't know if you can add the Apple Watch line to this second network. I mean, I guess it's a second line, so maybe you could, but it's also more of an add-on as opposed to like that primary line. That is a question that I will ask US Mobile Chat and see what happens. I know, let me give you a counterexample. If your primary network was Warp and your secondary network was Dark Star, then I have 100% confidence that would work because you can get your Apple Watch set up and working on the Warp line. And then once it's working, boom, you can add that Dark Star line as a second. But I know. In terms of RCS does work on both Visible and US Mobile on both Warp and Dark Star. So you're all good for RCS. It really is just that Apple Watch compatibility. Either way, with US Mobile, the watch will get either that secondary number or its own number, right? So, you know, personally, if I'm an Apple Watch user and for some reason I was like, I need cellular on my Apple Watch, I would want the visible option or the option where the Apple Watch gets the same number as that iPhone. So it's just easier for messaging, calls, and iMessage and things such as that. So, yeah, I would probably consider visible for, I mean, just with the promo they have going on right now for that specific question for Apple Watch, $40 a month. This is unlimited priority, unlimited hotspot at 15 megabits per second, and you're getting that free Apple Watch line. I think this is overall a really hard combo to beat. I guess you could do the multi-network, right? And that'd be $45 on US Mobile. If we go back just to usmobile.com, it would be plans. You grab that monthly $35 a month, and you grab that second network for $10 extra, $45 a month. I mean, This is probably more feature packed, especially in terms of like international support at that point. But I would just be concerned in terms of the smoothness of that Apple Watch line. But hopefully that's helpful. I think it's hard to go wrong, and it would for me it would come down to you know what number the watch would get. So, all right, let's see. Um, what else do we have cooking? Oh, you're so welcome. Someone else asked a question. Boom. Joys of the San Joaquin Valley says priority data is important to me. I get it by never breaking my monthly data cap. So have not seen throttling yet. That's awesome. Yeah. Let's see what else we got cooking here. Sorry about that. Oh, boom. Actually, that's a great comment. Suju1311 just wanted to say thank you for your channel. I switched from AT&T to Visible and no turning back. Love your comparison videos. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Omar, hey, Stead, I have another question. Visible versus US Mobile with the highest plan, and what about coverage? So coverage, again, it's super location dependent, right? We have the coverage map website really highlighting the differences based on location. This is probably the best tool, I would like to think. I'm completely biased, right? Because I helped create this. But if you search for location, we're going to give you the best breakdown possible. So what's a good location? How about Phoenix, Arizona? Boom. Best cell phone coverage in Phoenix, Arizona. The big reveal. Wow, it is cooking there. So Verizon 100% coverage. Verizon AT&T tie for coverage. Guys, wow, this is a place where AT&T has fast speeds. 150.2 megabits per second. Good for AT&T. And reliability, 9.7 out of 10. That's impressive. T-Mobile 99.9% coverage, 214.4 megabits per second. Again, tying into that Ookla report, T-Mobile's just cooking on the download speed. They're fast. And then we've got Verizon, 122.5 and really good reliability. I don't think you can go wrong in Phoenix, Arizona. I'd probably try T-Mobile first, maybe try AT&T second. I mean, based on US Mobile's pricing, I'd probably give the AT&T network a try first. But yeah, you really can't go wrong. In terms of answering, Omar, your actual question here, Visible versus US Mobile with the highest plan, and what about coverage? It really comes down to what you want. So if you want AT&T coverage, where's US Mobile? If you want AT&T coverage, go US Mobile Premium all day, every day. Okay, it's a fabulous plan on AT&T. If you want Verizon coverage, my pick is Visible Plus Pro. I think Visible is one of my favorite providers on the Verizon network right now in terms of their overall feature support and their mobile application. I think the mobile app works. It's easy to transfer your eSIM from one phone to another. I really, really like what they're doing. Total could be a good option, but when I briefly tested them out, it wasn't working great for me. I could only transfer my eSIM 5 times before I got locked, had to contact customer service. And so in terms of the app experience, I think Visible is much better, much more polished. I don't know if that answered your question, but thank you so much, Omar. I hope that is at least somewhat helpful. My pick personally would be Visible, and that purely comes down to coverage. I mean, here in Longmont, we're looking at best carrier in Longmont, and T-Mobile is really good, but Verizon is also fabulous. I mean, let's just go all carrier. Where is Verizon? We have so many now. Verizon, boom, and I mean, just scroll in, you'll see like ripping fast speeds, over 1,000 megabits per second. Like Verizon is just, this area is pretty slow, but cooking over 500. It's just such a good network. And most importantly, Verizon has really good coverage in the mountains, right? So if you go outside and you're like exploring the mountains, Verizon, they have really good coverage out here. I think there's one area, it's Winter Park. Can I find it? I think it's this. Yeah. So this is, it's not Winter Park, excuse me. It's Arapahoe Basin, a ski mountain. Verizon, incredible speeds, honestly. But if we go to T-Mobile, boom, they have, I guess they do have some coverage at the top. I'm surprised by that. But no coverage down here, no coverage through the pass, or most of this pass. Like you can see, it's just so much worse. And I would much rather have Verizon because of that. So Verizon is my pick. I think they're one of the best networks, I think, in Colorado in terms of balance of coverage and data speeds. So yeah, it really just comes down to what you want. I hope that's helpful. Alanti, I have no idea if Metro's hotspot goes to 600 kilobits per second after. So I wish I could be helpful there, but I do not. BCC, yes, there is a 450 gigabyte cap on Visible based on my testing. Cool. Glad that was helpful. BCC saying he's getting cut off before 500 gigs on US Mobile. Interesting. Voodoo, just don't cross Phoenix PD. Classic AT&T in Georgia. Silent Tech, what do you think of the upcoming iPhone 17 Air? I think it's going to be awesome. I hate to say it. I mean, seeing tech reviewers talk about the Samsung, what is it? The Galaxy. I even forget what it's called. I think AT&T has a promo going on for right now. So I'm just trying to pull up that name. Is it the Edge? Let's go to Samsung's website. Samsung, boom. Here we go. Well, they're having an event soon. It's the S25 Edge. Wow, they brought back the Edge name. Anyway, this might sound crazy, but the feel in hand of super thin phones is incredible. I mean, it feels like you're just holding the future. And I think we've forgotten that because phones have gotten thicker and thicker as they've accommodated more battery. But when you hold something so thin, it really does feel magical. It's like you're holding one of those futuristic tablets from the movie Avatar, and it's just awesome. So I'm pumped for the iPhone 17 Air. That said, I'm a big camera fan. I got the Pro iPhone because I love having all the cameras. I just love taking pictures with my iPhone. The irony is I mostly take screenshots, right? But I still love having the cameras for when I'm out, I'm hiking, I'm biking, I guess that's what I do right now. Skiing, perhaps. It's just awesome having the telephoto in there. And so I'd miss it. I'd really want a thin phone that can accommodate all the cameras. So thin phone, massive camera bump. It'd probably be really funny. VGraphs is absolutely right. AT&T having fast speeds, super ultra rare. They are allegedly quite good in the Pittsburgh area. So if you live in that area, Max coming in with a very different thought. I've held the S25 Edge at carrier stores. It will fail. Sales are already being reported as slow, and it's overpriced for what you get. It feels very cool, but it's not worth the compromise. Yeah, I think I guess my take would be the in-hand feel. If Apple nails the price of that, it could be incredible. I will also say, I mean, just based on how Samsung phones devalue, right? I mean, I'll bring it up probably every stream. Swappa, right? Boom, Swappa. Let's find, I don't even want to know. Galaxy S25 Ultra. This like hurts my, oh, stop. It's not actually starting at 690. Tell me it's not starting at 690. Okay, that's better. So we're going to let's do good condition. Wow, that filtered out way too many. Let's get rid of that and just see what we got cooking here. So sponsored price, 872. That's a superb value for a mint condition black S25 Ultra. And then it looks like 850 black. So really, really good value. That is just like, how much did I pay for that? What is this retail for? Do I even want to know? Samsung's website. Let's go back. And wait, can I go back without block notifications? Yes, exit the window. Who does that? S25 Ultra. $1,300 and you can get it for $850 right now? Holy smokes. That is insane. Yeah, that's a killer deal. Do I buy it? Oh, it looks so good. I'm not buying it. But yeah, anyway, Max, to your point, 850 for this versus what is the Edge going for? Isn't it like $1,000 or something crazy like that? S25 Edge, $1,100. Yeah, when you can get the Ultra for $850, or like $1,000 off with a carrier deal, like obviously you're going to do that. And here's the thing with the carrier deals, right? It like neutralizes the playing field because effectively, like if you're getting $1,000 off, do you want to get $1,000 off the S25 Edge, right? Like this phone with worse specs, or do you want to get $1,000 off the flagship? Yes, exit the window. Who designed that? Or do you want to get $1,000 off like the king of the crop, best of the best, beast mode phone? Also, what happened to my camera? It zoomed out and overexposed. Awesome, Logitech. Awesome. There is a software update, I will say, and so maybe I need to apply that. But yeah, boom. All right, let's close that app. Boom. Travis Stetson, do you have T satellite? Since you said you go hiking, I worry about what if you trip and are out of a coverage area. Travis, that is a fantastic question. I do not have T satellite. You have to remember though, rocking an iPhone, so we have Apple's satellite messaging service, and that's free. T satellite, $10 a month. Although it is free, I think until is it the end of July or the start of July? So maybe like a week I could try it. That said, coverage is surprisingly decent in Rocky Mountain National Park. I've been going there and trying to map it out, and kind of a point of pride, if you will, not going to lie. So here's Estes Park, or Estes, the town where Rocky Mountain National Park is. And you can see, I mean, this is in the park, and they do have service. We can go color profile. I think the problem with the best color profile is it doesn't take into consideration the no coverage zones. And so that would be an awesome update. Either way, AT&T does have some service out there. We've got Boost, probably not. Yeah, haven't measured Boost yet. T-Mobile, they've got some service out here. I mean, I guess not while hiking this area. You're toast. You got to use one of the satellite services. But Verizon, they've got some service out here too. So it depends where you're hiking, but I'm surprised to say there is some moderate coverage in Rocky Mountain National Park. Maybe I should try the satellite messaging service. That would be pretty awesome if I do say so myself, and test it out and see how it works. I don't know who I would message though, or like what I would say. Be like, yo, just testing out T-Mobile service. I'm glad we put satellites around orbit so I could send this message. Philip Brooks. Hey, Stetson, hope all is well. Just joined a little late and not sure if anyone's asked this, but how's Trump Mobile been treating you? Philip. Oh, Philip. Activating Trump Mobile was a 5-day process for me. Every day, the website would be different. Buttons would be switched around. Functionality would be different. I was able to get activated, and I tested out the different features. You can see right here, Trump 5G in the status bar. Can you see that? Is that coming through? Boom, Trump 5G. I found out what happens when you go over your data allotment. Data is shut off. So surprise, surprise. And tested features. RCS did not work for me. There is a toggle for RCS. However, it never activated. Maybe it takes a while to activate. I don't know. But it did not activate for me. I'll pull that up for you here. So that's under messages. And I'll have a full video at this point. It's going to be tomorrow because I'm going to pass out and go to bed. Oh, it actually does say RCS message on. So I take it back. Well, let me see if I can RCS myself. That's the question. No, it still says SMS. Maybe I'll reboot. That's weird. That is weird. But yeah, it was a 5-day process. I lost the number currently. I'm not going to say lost just yet, but I do not have the phone number that I ported in. Okay, so if you were trying to port your personal phone number, mine at this moment would be gone in the void. So I'm going to have to call customer service for the 6th or 7th time, try and get that solved. But yeah, it's just overpriced T-Mobile service that says Trump, powered by Liberty Mobile Incorporated. So yeah, it's room to improve, I think, on the website front, but otherwise functional. Richard, thanks for becoming a member. Honestly, I really should update the perks because the perks aren't good. Candidly, they're not good, but I appreciate all of you. Del Toro, hey Stetson, thank you for all your hard work. And honestly, you saved money. I went from $300 on T-Mobile to $180 on US Mobile on the Dark Star network. That is absolutely insane. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that so I can share it on social. But that is just absolutely insane. Oh my gosh. Like 300 to 180? That's like over what is 120 a month? Over $1,000 a year. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What else we got? Joe Z. Hey Stetson, will tomorrow's US Mobile deal be better than the Mint 2-year deal? I probably shouldn't comment on that. I don't think so. I don't think so. And Travis, the data, unfortunately, it's disabled, but not by me. It's by the carrier. Like I went over, I'll show you the usage. I went over the 20 gigs by a lot. I used 30 gigs. Not sure how that's possible. Sounds like their system could use some improvements there. But here's the data usage. You can see 32.8 gigabytes. And it just shut off. I mean, there's no unlimited slow data. And quite frankly, I don't want to wait the full month to have it renew. Although auto renew is on by default. So unless I can figure out how to turn that off in time, it will auto renew. I'm not allowed to share the US Mobile surprise. All I've said is I think Pixel fans will be very happy. And that's it. That's all I'm saying. Ruffles, yes. US Mobile does have RCS texting on the iPhone now. Geez, Sonic the Anonymous Hedgehog went from paying $175 to $75 last year. That is crazy. I want to take these as like testimonials and put them on my website or something. Like that is so good. That is so good. What else we got cooking here? Yeah, $900 per year. Insane. Dang. Photonic Cody. I went from paying $160 a month with AT&T. These are all crazy. To $35 a month with Visible. Like what? That is crazy. That is crazy. Omar's World. I'm sad to say AT&T has removed the discount for AARP membership holders. If you are a legacy AARP membership holder, such as myself, you get to keep the discount, but it is no longer available for new customers. Instead, AT&T has launched a new age 55 plus plan, and it's honestly a really, really good plan. I'll throw it up on the site right now. Excuse the feedback pop-up. The way it works is if you have one line, $40 a month. If you got two lines, $35 per line per month, $70 total. Honestly, a fantastic deal. Unlimited deep prioritized data, 10 gigs of hotspot, standard definition video streaming. And this plan, here's the kicker. This is what makes this plan great. AT&T 55 Plus is eligible for AT&T's best device trade-in deals. So that means iPhone 16 Pro on us. That means an iPhone 15 for $8 a month. That means whatever this is that saves you $1,700. That means, are there any other ones? Samsung, $1,000 off that Galaxy S25 Ultra. So the H55 Plus plan is eligible for all of these. So it's really, really good. Ooh, Sonic the Anonymous Hedgehog. Would you include legacy plans on your website so people can compare their old plan with the newer plans? Sonic, I love that idea. And it will also be a pain to implement because at some level, there's too many plans and it becomes confusing. And so I'd want a way to like compare all of the plans, I guess. Like that's probably most helpful for AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, maybe US Mobile because they've had a lot of plans throughout the ages. But yeah, I think sadly I would like to do that, and I probably will not allocate the time to do that. I'm sad to say. Joys of the San Joaquin Valley. I mean, We kind of talked about this earlier on the stream. I feel personally that US Mobile is a better value than consumer cellular. They'll give you more data at better prices. And so I suggest people look into US Mobile for their needs. That said, credit where credit's due, consumer cellular does have excellent customer service. While their plans are slightly more expensive, maybe that is a good value add for some people. VGraphs brings up a good point. What about viewing legacy plan info via the Wayback Machine? That is a totally valid point. Let's see what else we got. Richard Deneen. I was paying $90 a month for 2 lines on Cricket. Went to $348 a year on US Mobile, saving over $700 a year. Oh my God. Richard, that is absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane. Yeah, wow. Photonic City. I'm going to be honest. I didn't think any of us could do this much research on cell phone plans and get us this much savings. Yeah, it really adds up. And then if you want to get really crazy, you pull a Graham Stephan, right? And you think, well, I'm saving $700 per year. I could invest that in the stock market, buy some ETFs. They average 8% annually or whatever. Boom, money grows. I mean, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Joy S. I think this is a fantastic question to wrap this stream up, which has now been going for 2 hours and 37 minutes. So thank you guys for sticking around. What is your favorite phone of all time? What is the GOAT? Joey, that is a superb question. I mean, we have some iconic phones that have come out recently. The Z Fold and the Z Flip sort of starting that foldable evolution, if you're into that. We have the first iPhone, right? Everyone points to that as a transformative device, and I believe it was. We've got what else? Like other devices that are coming to my mind. It's just the iteration of iPhones. I'm an iPhone fanboy, and so I love like the iPhone 4 came out and it launched the Retina display and it had FaceTime and the front-facing and rear-facing cameras. Like that was awesome. The iPhone 4S with Siri. That was fun and amusing, but Siri hasn't really matured into what we were hoping. So less iconic. iPhone 6S with 3D touch. Oh man, that was incredible. iPhone 10 with what at the time was a pretty incredible edge-to-edge display and Face ID. That was a really cool phone. Looked really nice too. And the curved sides, curved edges. I think, Joey, the answer, the phone that has a special place in my heart is the iPhone 5. I remember I bought the iPhone 5 at full price, unlocked, maybe it was $830 for the 64 gig one. I think that's what I got. And yeah, it was awesome. I went with the white one. Very, very torn between the black and the white, but I like the white for that natural aluminum look. And because the dark one, when it got scuffed, you could see the aluminum shining through, and I wasn't as into that. But yeah, just that white iPhone 5, just a special place in my heart because it was the first iPhone that I got. And many of the earlier videos on this channel were filmed on that iPhone. You don't need to go back and watch them. My voice is like 11 octaves higher, but yeah, it was crazy. Vartan, iPhone 4. That design was so good. The black back with that black front and the silver aluminum on the side rails. I think that was a fantastic design. It does remind me, I don't think Green is still here. I haven't seen him in the chat. But when Green was asking about the OnePlus phone, here it is. It kind of reminds me of this look a little bit. Obviously, OnePlus is going a little bit more industrial with their design, but it kind of reminded me of it a little bit. Do we get any like photos of the side? Man, this website is like so pretty and on some levels so cool, but just so not what I want to see. Built to last. I don't know. It reminded me a little bit of this, but maybe not. Maybe not. There's too much going on. But yeah, the black side rail, or excuse me, the black front and back and the side rails. Like that was such a great design. Anyway. Goat iPhone 5C. Oh, Christian, I respect it. Uh, not my favorite phone. Not my favorite phone. 15 Pro. That is a fantastic. That is a fantastic. I really miss 3D Touch. I went from iPhone 5 to iPhone 6S. The 6S was awesome. And those phones are so thin. Like it is crazy. It is crazy. Skyrocket 007. Wow. Sonic, shout out to you. You really have been a viewer of this channel for a long time or have gone back and watched videos recently. That is a throwback. That is a throwback. Bartan saying Stetson Darkstar has an LTE glitch that they are gaslighting right now. Phones get stuck to LTE until you do airplane mode on or off. Is this if you set the phone to LTE mode? Or is this just like the phone randomly it's on LTE and then it never goes into 5G? Is what I'll say. Omar's World. I struggle with CPS disorder, chronic phone switching disorder. I may need help. If you love it, I think that's fine, right? The trash can commercial. Oh gosh, Max has seen the old videos too. We sold 0 trash cans for those curious, but we tried. We tried. It probably would have helped if we had an inventory and a price, but we tried. We made a video about it. Walter Rivera. Last year I tried Total Wireless, but the signal wasn't good where I worked. But now that I switched to Verizon with the same phone, signal is better. Any reason why? Walter, I'd be curious what you mean by signal. Do you mean data speeds? Do you mean bars on phone? I mean, it's possible. Time has passed, so Verizon could have upgraded their network, right? Improve the tower, improve the performance in your area. It's possible that maybe you're in an area with roaming or something, and so I don't know, the roaming. I doesn't sound like that. My best guess is Verizon just upgraded the tower because it is the same network. I don't think there should be any kind of difference like that. Christopher is saying, can confirm. I'm in a basement apartment, have to reset network or airplane toggle. Dang, is this US Mobile? That is a bummer. That is a bummer. Both data speeds and signal bars. Walter, I simply don't have the answer. I do not have the answer. Maybe, I mean, data speeds could be due to priority. If you're on total during a time when maybe it was deprioritized, that could be a possibility. But yeah. Vartan says the LTE glitch. So it goes to LTE when it's resting. I'll have to test that. I do have we showed it on stream that US mobile line just kicking around on Darkstar. The trick is I need to find out what phone it's on. But once I find that, yeah, I can pop it on and see what's cooking. Wow. Photonic City. I have US Mobile Darkstar playing right now and can confirm stuck on LTE right now. And it sounds like you should be in a 5G area. That's wild. Dang. I'll have to check that out. Fretful. My wife and I got 2 Darkstar lines, 70 gigs and 10 gigs, $230 for the first year. That's so good. That is so good. Dang. I'm gonna have to lower my bill. That'll be after I make the Trump video. Maybe I'll say I'm switching and I'll lower my bill. And I'll see what I do. But dang. I work in an office park, so maybe that might be it. Tower is too busy. Yeah. Walter, it could be like you'd want to test when it's not busy at like some obscure time, like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, or like, I don't know, 11 p.m. And that would help you potentially get more of an insight onto what may be going on there. But it should theoretically be the same based on my understanding. Sonic, I'm forever stuck on LTE, consequence of using an international import phone. Yeah, Sonic, what phone are you using? That's my question. My turn to ask questions. Tables have turned. Joey S. Hey, Stetson, which network has the best 5G home internet plan? Great question. I think it's going to depend where you live, right? It always comes down to coverage and data speeds. I think T-Mobile is good. I think Verizon is good. I just discredit AT&T. I'm so biased against them and I feel badly. And it's just because they're so slow here. Let's find out right now. I should add this to my website, or maybe I should make a new website. All right, we're on T-Mobile home internet plans. Let's pop this up. What we got cooking here? What's T-Mobile saying? So we have, is this assuming we're a T-Mobile customer? Promos and discount, auto pay. Okay, I mean, that seems fine. So looks like choose the T-Mobile home internet plan, $40, $60, and $70. Okay. Unlimited, 5-year price guarantee, 5G gateway. Boom. This is fastest speeds, unlimited data, fastest speeds. Does this come with priority data? Okay, this is also including a discount. Get this plan, for as low as $45 a month. See how? And this is with the T-Mobile voice plan. Okay. So it's 40, 60, 70, but you can get this at 45. That's really good. Or 55. That's really good. 5-year price guarantee, high performance 5G gateway, already tempted by that. Advanced cybersecurity. Oh my gosh. And then the top tier one, they just fill with unnecessary perks. Fastest speeds, unlimited data in more parts of your home. Is fastest speeds just related to the gateway being better? See plan terms. Okay, during congestion, customers on this plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using 1.2 terabytes a month due to data prioritization. Okay, so interestingly, this is going to be, what this language means is this is going to be QCI 7 for the first 1.2 terabytes. And then it's going to drop down to QCI 9. So that's what this is. QCI 7. This is probably always... No, it says during congestion, customers on this plan may notice slower speeds than other customers and further reduction if using 1.2 terabytes a month. So that means it's also, maybe I'm mistaken, because I know Hotspot's QCI 8, or at least my understanding was Hotspot was QCI 8. So I'd be curious. I think it's either QCI 7 or 8 to start, and then it kicks down to QCI 9. But this language is the same as this language, which leads me to believe that the faster speeds is only because of the gateway. And this says our fastest speeds, and this says our fastest speeds in more parts of your home because it has that extender. So I think that's why. And then advanced here. So that's pretty good. We got another super chat. We haven't even finished answering Joey's question. All right. So I'm going to say $60 looks awesome. We'll put a pin in it and come back to it quickly. Del Toro, Stetson, is it true that US Mobile can cancel your line if you do constant speed tests? Del Toro, I believe it is true in their terms of service. Let's see what it says. Membership privileges. I mean, to their credit, they do outline everything. So let's go here and then speed test. Yep. However, all usage remains subject to our acceptable use policy, and excessive or abusive usage that negatively impacts network performance, including repeated or excessive speed tests, may result in throttling, capping, or termination of service at our discretion. So as outlined in the terms of service, yes, US Mobile can cancel your line if you do constant speed tests. I'm not sure what threshold what is constant speed test, right? Like how many is too many? If you do a couple a day, I imagine that's probably okay. One here, one there, you're probably fine. I think if you're someone like me and you're doing a drive test, running 500 tests back to back, and you're doing that, on, Saturday and Sunday, that might be considered excessive and you might be kicked. But either way, it is within their rights. And they do have that in their privacy policy. All right, we got to go back. I'm kind of stuck on this home internet thing. So we got T-Mobile. What's Verizon home internet? Verizon 5G home internet. What are we looking at price-wise? All-in pricing. Great. Where are the plans? And this is locking your price. Mobile plus home discount. So we need to turn that off. And we're looking at $50, $60, and $75. Pretty similar, a little bit more expensive. We're getting fast speeds, faster speeds. So this is saying premium data. And usually Verizon says premium data when they're including actual priority data. So that seems like it could be advantageous. What else do we have? Review details. Okay, speeds vary on location. Awesome. High-speed data, even when the network is busy. Yeah, so it seems priority data, routers included for your price lock guarantee. Cool. What's concerning is the video streaming quality, right? T-Mobile, I think, just gives you the best video streaming quality. I could be mistaken on that, but they didn't mention it, right? They don't mention video streaming quality anywhere. It just high performance 5G gateway. I would assume 4K video. Here, oh no, I got kicked. Well, I guess that is that's it. Okay. It looks like I'm back. That's hilarious. So to answer the question, I have a system set up to kick myself off of my computer at 9 p.m. so I stop using it and go to bed. And that's what happened abruptly because it is now 9:02. So I think I'm gonna have to end this stream. And so I'm sorry I didn't. Oh, is the mic still on? This is horrible. Who set this up? All right, is this better? Okay. I think this is working. I'm gonna have to end this. This was a chaotic stream, but thank you all for tuning in. And hopefully some of that was helpful. All right, I'll see you guys next Monday, where hopefully everything is much smoother. All right, bye.